Good morning. Nice to meet you all again. And for now, no one in the Discord call. Maybe there won't be anyone this morning, and it would be okay. So, for future viewing, hello, my name is Roman Rakotevao, and I'm working on the world after visual novel style video series where I'm basically trying to tell a version of what the world of Arcane could be after the events of season 2, trying to tie it back to the original lore from what the Runeterra team developed. There's been a lot of retcons, a lot of things that doesn't make sense if you try to bridge the two universes now, but nevertheless, I'm trying. So today and this week, and maybe next week, depending on what is happening, I will be trying to make progress of the Corina and Renata Glask video. And you're probably hearing my dog right now because he's happy. Yes, happy because we just went on a walk. Okay, so I will be working on all of this for roughly an hour and a half. If no one comes, I'll probably stop after an hour. But yeah, don't hesitate to manifest yourself, even if you're only coming after the fact. Leave some comments and ask me how I do stuff, why I do stuff, and if you want some advice on writing, if you want some advice on storyboarding, but I doubt that I will give you more information that's what's already out there, but I can try. If you want to know how the story is going to end up, you can go on my AO3 page, go in the 4th chapter of Asking Ourselves Why, which is the animatic dump of everything I kind of drafted or written out, but never got to yet. So maybe I can show what it is. Asking Ourselves What We Want, chapter 4. I'm working on this. I'm actually working on the, let's say, the installment called, what did I call that? I didn't give a name to that. So the pitch is basically Renata Glask and Corina Verrazza. Verazza, you can say that too, are discussing the privatization of the cultivars, and there is kind of spying on them, on their conversation. And if you don't know, Renata Glask is basically the champion that they created instead of Silco for League of Legends, because Silco didn't match the idea they had of a fighting game, obviously. Not for the, it wasn't adapted for the MOBA, so they created Granada Glass inside, and in the lore, she is supposed to be a second or third Cambaron generation. So yeah, her lore is interesting. It takes root in the lore pretty nicely. She comes from the Glass family, who were Piltovian industrials. They got robbed of everything, and she is using the Zonite's environment to try to put everyone in their place. Corina Verazza is same as her, a Cambaran, a lady Cambaran. She only appears in Legends of Runeterra, the card game, and yep, she basically was revealed during a story event in the card game to be C, the secret kidnapper of Caitlyn's parents. So Caitlyn's parents were supposed to be really, really traumatized by this, by an event that happened around that, where her mother was pressured to do stuff for the night, and they never caught a hand on her. Corina Verda is a really interesting character, but the execution of what they did is okay. So now that we are here, Corina Verazza has pretty cool updated art over. If we're honest, so this is Corina. This is Corina on another picture, an older version of her. And as for Renata Glask, yeah, if you have a favorite Renata Glask thing, if you got a favorite Renata skin, don't hesitate to share. Where can I find a nice one? One that is not entirely fan made. So official art is this one. And maybe I could find a reference sheet about her. Yeah, nice reference sheet. Okay. So yeah, the setting I decided I wanted to be something like Cambaron after party, where Sevika, Arcane character that a lot of us kind of wanted to be Renata because she has a similar build. She has the maybe same missing arm, stuff like that. But it's a good thing that they are nothing alike. Same about skin color and everything. So she was kind of, I think she was kind of thought of maybe become Renata at some point, but yeah, she didn't. Or maybe it will be revealed in the timeline that at some point she become that, but I doubt it. I doubt it very much. I wanted it to be kind of a Zoline after party, so I think, yeah, maybe something like this. Okay, hear me out. So if I take this and make good on it, maybe we could have quite the thing. Anyone there? Hello Bad Wolf Fops. Can I call you Bad Wolf? Nice to meet you, Bad Wolf. How are you doing today? What time is it on your part of the world? It's 10 a.m. on my part. Please do not hesitate to tell me what you think. Are you familiar with The World After, the work I'm doing with this series or not? I'm trying to pull you out so I can see you at the same time that I'm drawing, actually. Maybe I can add this. New window jet. No. Yes. Could be a thing. How do I do that so that it's not completely out of proportion? Yeah, maybe that. Maybe we should do that. Okay. So now I can see what I'm drawing. Right. Today I stumbled upon the 3 plan announcement for they were looking for background artist, line out artist, and sound designer and storyboarder. I kind of want to apply, so maybe I will. So they are asking for a test, totally reasonable, and they recorded a sound clip over which we could try to do a storyboard work. So yeah, maybe I don't know if I will do it on Thursday, but I will try to apply because it seems real nice. It's deadline is on March. I think I can be out quicker than that, but yeah. Freelance work would be a good thing. So, as you can see, I'm cheating. I'm cheating my ass out of this. So, this is not a professional thing at all, and I consider it transformative enough that it's completely about something else than trying to show off a skill I don't have. Rendering, for those who didn't know, and that it doesn't in any case replace the work of the person originally working on this. I have absolutely no problem taking something and painting over it like messy collage. So I'm not here to give any lesson on how you should do art or not, especially in the day and age where nobody seems to care. If you're stealing years and years of human training to give it to someone else for profit, and I consider that the profit I'm making right now is null. I mean, come on. We all know I'm not getting much from it. I'm getting money from it actually because people are interested in the story I'm telling, not the art I make. And I'm forever grateful for the people who are actually donating, so that I can feel less guilty about moving my ass and drawing about silly cartoons. Thank you to Arcane for being there from the start. Thank you to everyone who gave money when I was doing storyboarding for an animatics for the Hades and Arcane thing, Hades Town Songs and Arcane. Should I say Arcane? I'm French, so for me it's Arcane, really. But yeah, I'm not compelled to feel, you know, guilty by painting over stuff, badly painting over stuff. There was never a better moment to make stuff. Oh, hello Bad Wolf again. When did I come? Good English would be did I come? When did I come across Time Bomb? Okay, the very first time Echo got out, there were some lines, some voice lines that were really funny. I'm from that cohort of Time Bomb people, so, and I shipped them then the same way I shipped them for most of the years the true character existed, meaning that it's a fun idea that can't make it, because obviously they like the same kind of thing. In my head it was the same kind of, not entirely a crack ship, but somewhat of a crack ship nonetheless, as Jinx and Jin, actually. And personality-wise, albeit it could be really quickly toxic, Jin and this version of the first version of Jinx available to the public and Jin were toxically a better match. But yeah, I always kind of found it okay. It's cute. One-way romance, I get it. And Echo got over it. I think this is good. And I always kind of imagined that after that I kind of found other people. And then season 1 of Arcane came out. And yeah, the anime video clip came out, and episode 7 came out, and I was crazy about it. But I still had the same opinion of what the ship would be. You know, it would be a thing that they were best friends. It could have worked out, but it never did, and this is sad, but this is life. And I always envisioned them as, you know, how to say that, as Echo really having a weak spot for her, but in my head, Jinx was always a race. In my head, she was a race. She literally, her version of I'd rather eat cake is I'd rather set off explosions and shoot with my gun. The first video clip we ever got of Get Jinxed quite explicitly picture her having a little orgasm by shooting some robots. So yeah, in my head, Jinx, I couldn't really ship with anyone because she was having fun just right by herself, doing her own thing, and being in a committed relationship never really meshed with my idea of the character. And then season 2 came out and I was, okay, this version of Jinx, maybe Ace. but maybe arrow, but not this, not at the same time on a, or maybe some kind of gray sexuality or something. I tried to reconcile my idea of how did I understood the character of Jinx until now, and the fact that in an alternate universe where her trauma is processed, she is actually in a committed relationship with the boy savior. And I was like, okay, before that I was kind of shipping a really hard Echo and Israel because that was funnier. Echo and Israel shipped together is so much fun. Again, the thing with Echo is that none of his relationship in my head can work out. There's always the thing that it's never his fault, but stuff just don't work out for him. So that's the way I envision the character, and it's, you know, the unlucky bastard that always does the right thing, but sadly for him, the right thing is never a good thing for him personally. I always picture him as letting go of people rather than being happy with someone, trying stuff out because, you know, the guy is trying to be alive and not sulk all the time. But in my head, never he ever had a long-lasting loving relationship, romantic relationship with anyone. And when season 2 episode 7 came out, I was like, okay, I always knew that my vision of his relationship would always be this kind of longing. What I didn't expect was my vision of Jinx to change this much, and my vision of what would be a concluding arc for her way of seeing relationships would be. Because she fled because she have commitment issues. And before Arcane came out, in my head, it was never a problem because her final form was her being crazy. You know, to me, her happiness was her having lost a damn mind, and obviously Riot wrote it that way. Riot and Arcane wrote around this, more or less saying, okay, whatever you heard about Jinx before Arcane, it was a legend. So it's easier to picture this character in your mind being this crazy thing, that crazy bitch that doesn't care about anyone, but it wasn't real. Basically, what they are telling us is it's never as simple as that. So this was never a final form. So happy-go-lucky anarchists was never a true self, really. Okay, I really liked happy-go-lucky anarchists, but if you tell me that happy-go-lucky anarchist that doesn't need anyone wasn't the real Jinx, then the real Jinx Potter, whatever her new name is, Arcane is the story of her coming to terms with her relationship with her sister. My pretend like we can touch story is my version of a conclusion for her way to handle committed relationships. The fact that it's not that she doesn't want to, but she can't, and the way she find a loophole around it is to find people that don't resent her for handling a relationship like that. And Echo is that. Echo is, I accept whatever you, however you want to do this. It's frustrating. It hurts. But you're my girl. You're my best friend. I'll always be your home whenever you want me to be your home, and if when you don't want it, that's fine. I'll get up. I'll have other people. I'll see other people, and it will be fun. So, yeah, that's my story with Time Bomb. And as a multi-shipper, as someone who is really comfortable with the idea of polyamory, or someone that really rejects the idea of the one. Yeah, I think that it's pretty fair that their relationship really called to me. You know, it's really easy for me to see why I like them. And basically, Pretend That We Can Touch is, as I always said, an answer to the fanfics, the Time Bomb fanfics that were all about making them fluffy and digestible. And I like them, you know, being happy, being fluffy, being, you know, a bit depressed, but trying to get better in modern settings or in some other version of Zone that is, you know, a bit different. But it always takes away, in my opinion, what is really important about them, that is the respect of their respective autonomy, of their vision of how they should live their lives individually. So yeah, in that respect, I felt like a story like Pretend Like We Can Touch was really needed to say, hey, we are not soulmates. That's okay. You don't need to be soulmates to be important to each other. You don't need to be madly in love or madly stuck with each other to be important to each other. You know, every relationship, romantic or not, are different and unique, and that's precisely why we are pursuing them. So yeah, okay. Does that more or less answer your question, but Wolf? Does that answer your question? I see you're not alone anymore. Hi, new people. Welcome. I'm doing the follow-up to The World After, so I don't know if you have the historic of the conversation, but I put a link on what I'm doing right now in the description. I'm doing the Karina and Renata Glask one. So, boop. really tempted to just, you know, take the silhouette and be done with my day. I mean, come on. But yeah, the objective is to improve, actually. Okay, and I like that about silhouettes. Now I'll try to refine it to the best I can. Interesting. I would expect her to be kind of buffier on the shoulders, but it's actually her shoulder part. She's not as muscular as I expected it. But yeah, we can work with that. Yes, we can, mama. Okay. Doing some time bomb roleplay actually lately. Actually pretty fun. I'm doing it with, what's the name of the game? Yeah, so someone I met on Tumblr that was looking for an echo to play with, and I was really glad to oblige. So yeah, we are playing them in the season 2 gap, the part we were stolen from, and we are playing them in different alternate universes. Most of them really just for fun, like pure and alternate fun, tropey fanfic stuff. Okay, let's do Regency, budget on AU, let's do late medieval, and early Renaissance, one. That would be good. Let's do one where Echo is a photograph. Let's do one where we are playing him in his music persona as he appears in True Damage. So yeah, pretty fun stuff overall. Do you guys ever come back to the fandom, I don't know, for roleplay stuff? I feel like now the community is way quieter than it was last year, which is, you know, it makes sense. You don't roleplay? I know there must be forums around there. I would be really surprised if forums for this didn't exist. Discord server, obviously, but I don't want to get there because I'm a 31-year-old adult and roleplay space is, you know, filled with actual kids. No offense. Even if they were technically adults, I would be really, really uncomfortable playing with someone that is like 10 years younger than me and actually in their 20s because, yeah, I don't know what kind of influence I could have on them because even more because I'm kind of a dead dove player, so so yeah, I wouldn't want to make anyone uncomfortable because of my playstyle in roleplay. So I don't go on Discords for roleplay precisely because of that. So keep it private with people that you know are actually around your age. And yeah. Okay, so what else? What else could be fun to talk about? I'm actually really excited about the Loi Samurai second season, if it ever happens. It will happen, I know it will happen, but I don't want to be impatient or ungrateful of what we already have with that, so I'll wait. And other than that, really into anime. Oh, yeah, Bud Wolf, if you would so oblige, could you maybe tell us about ships that you really like and why you really like them? And I can read it aloud. And if you're not interested in discussing that, maybe you can ask me to draw you something. I will. I can make a pause in trying to act those out. other show you're following? Other shows? Okay. Sorry for the silence. Trying to focus on making Masterful Bay. Hi everyone! Oh, new people here. Hello! Put an emoji up to prove you're not a bot. Kidding, if you don't want to manifest, you don't have to manifest. I'm grateful you're here. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. How did you get here? How did you get here, guys? Welcome in the world after streaming, production streaming. In my Discord channel, it's called, what did I call that? I called this event Tuesdays. Yeah. Because Arcane and other people paid for a part of the story to be adapted, so the story will get adapted partly. As you can see on the screen, will be adapted every part that isn't Zeri animatics and everything that is not time bomb related. For now, if you want me to do time bomb stuff in addition of what I'm doing right now, you can do it. You can try to fill the thermometer. So the thermometer for Arcane the World After, Arcane 2A is this one. So thank you Noah and Icon for providing over 50 euros of that Though I have a problem of processing with YouTube that prevents me from getting something like 20 euros from this. I'm a bit upset, actually, but yeah, I'll do it nonetheless. Because contrary to, I don't know, corporation, I try to keep my words. Well, corporation never promised us to be good, so yeah. Okay. Well, not too bad, not too shabby. Let's say not too shabby. What do you think, guys? Up. Tell me, honey, what does your face look like? Oh, you're beautiful, honey. Karina is like, I don't think she's been exploited the way that would have make her more interesting. But the concept of her is, to me at least, really, really interesting. She's like, yeah, she just is interesting, you know? She's a scientist. She worked on the cultivars. She is the epitome of did bad stuff for the great and the good. I think that it would have been interesting of, you know, making her just a political criminal and not, you know, someone who basically used, you know, kids. So I think in most of storytelling, when you have to use kids to say, okay, those people are wrong, like something is really wrong with them, you're kind of missing something interesting. you know, because we can say that powerful people are stupid and greedy, and power makes people bad. We kind of all know that at this point. And it's way more interesting to explore why would someone, you know, try to achieve that kind of power in the first place, and what kind of alternative you could give for those people, for people to, you know, achieve their ambitions without forcing them to hurt anyone for it. I think that the main way people were disappointed in Arcane storytelling is that it kind of never presented this alternative in a way that was palatable for everyone. The alternative is quite evident if you are looking for it. The answer, of course, is community, you know. But the way community should look like was slightly explored, but not the subject of the story. So yeah, people were kind of upset that, okay, you made this wonderful problem for yourself, and you're not, this is not the main character of your show. Okay, we are disappointed. I was too, but I cannot get why. I cannot get that the story they wanted to tell wasn't this one, not like this, and it would have been a bit pompous and presumptuous of them to try to pretend that they had an answer when in reality, yeah, everything will always be more complicated than anything we're trying to do. I think the treatment of Victor was the most upsetting one for most people. Yeah. Okay. It's 11. How many of us are there? Hey, hey, hey. 4 of us still. Hello. Hello again. I don't know if it's the same people. I think this is the same people. Okay. I think the objective bar is, yeah, we didn't reach the donation stuff, and that's okay. So, has anyone got questions for what we are doing, why we are doing it? Well, why? First reason is to have fun, of course. questions? Quiet bunch. Okay. Now the fandom you're interested in right now? Right now I'm huge on Freeren. Freeren is kind of my favorite archetype of characters myself. And right now we are meeting a lot of interesting characters for season 2, so I'm really excited about that too. And as you can guess, if you know anything about my work, this kind of storytelling is like literally my jam. Like my jam. So I'm really happy it exists. Anyone on Blue Sky? Maybe I'll get someone from Blue Sky. I'm posting some of my stuff there at the same time I'm posting on Tumblr, so yeah. Oh, I didn't put music. Put music. Is anyone here interested in having music in there? Every time I put music I always get some problem with copyrighted music, so it's always something. Do I have something that makes it okay? Do you hear music if I do that? Quick question. Can you guys hear music? Okay. 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 I'm gonna be done in a minute, so if anyone wants something, a doodle, a conversation, an opinion, a fuck you to anyone you would like to say fuck you to, I don't know. It is said we could provide, so maybe we can. So please do not hesitate. To ask for it. I can always say no. Ask for stuff. Stuff could be great. I just finished Vampires in the Garden. Vampires in the Garden. I think that's it. I just finished that and I thought it was really cool. I don't know if anyone watched it. It's 5 episodes on Netflix. I think it was cool. I kind of described it as before I finished it. I kind of described it as in a universe where vampires and that are all about the human culture, music, painting, art, are at war with a totalitarian regime of humans. The queen of vampires and the daughter of the commander of the humans are really depressed about their respective lives, and when they meet on the battlefield they kind of do a Thelma and Louise, and I think that this is the best rendition of a pitch I could ever give about this one. It's not fun, it's depressive as fuck, but it's the kind of work that really believes in the I'd rather be true than being comfortable, I'd rather be honest with myself rather than settling for something that I don't support. Like, the girls are absolutely wrecking every place they go through, every time they settle somewhere, it becomes utter chaos. And I actually really like that about this story. So, yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna be done soon. So let's export this. New background. New pretend like we can touch background. Canberra party up. Next is this actor's thing. Renata's drone. And Renata and Karina. All right. So my objective is now to make that happen in Premiere. Okay, how many people are there right now? 4 of you? I should move my project as well than pretend that we can touch thing, because I'm actually taking a toll on my PC. Maybe one day I'll make a new file. I should do it now, I think. But okay, so 5 minutes left. I think you get it now. If you are ever interested for giving money for me to actually finish the story, because you'll have huge bits but you won't have everything at the current state of things, you can try to give money in the chat right now with super thanks. You can with super chat, excuse me. You can give super thanks on videos that are about the world after. There are currently, I think, four or five. 4 or 5 you can latch on and make a super thank with a comment. And if we feel the thermometer, if you actually feel the thermometer that you can see in here, I will, in addition to what I'm doing, I will do every animatics for Zeri and Echo, Zeko's episode for the world after. So the things that are conversation between Zeri and Echo with real shots, camera work, and stuff like that. If I will do it if we reach $100 or 100 euros of donation. I will do 2 of the time bomb animatics for the world after if we do 200, and I will do the ending and try to actually finish my Arcane and the sound stuff if I got $500 somehow related to the world after. Okay, so you got the gist of it. Again, you don't have to pay to virtually have it. You already have it with the link in the chat about on AO3. If you want to join the Discord, I can give you a link right now. Yep, you are no. You can go there if you want to do promo for your own stuff, if you want to discuss between creative people, if you want to gush about complex, non-conventional relationships and or romances. Go there, people are actually interesting. If you want to write poems, there is a channel for that. If you want to do karaoke nights, we can do karaoke nights. And if you want to ask for Q&As and stuff like that, you will be the first people to be there to ask for it, hear about it, and attend to it. I'm still trying to convince myself to edit the Q&A we had, the last Q&A we had, and that I lost footage of for Pretend Like We Can Touch. But yeah, at some point I will do it, and if you want to accompany me on that, you'll be very welcome. Okay, remember to do stuff just because you want to do stuff, as long as it doesn't impact people around you, and in a bad way. I mean, you are allowed to impact people around you, please. And if you think that you're not good enough, do it badly. Do it badly first. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you around. Have a very, very nice day. And be kind with yourself, be kind to others.